Hello folks and welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory, where last time we sailed away from the Isle of Idra, went around south, all the way around it, came across the Shrine of Intellect, prayed there so everyone got +1 to intellect. Now we're here on the island of Errol, in the village of Fergal, where everything is fine. There's no problem at all, there's been no indication of any unrest. There's a carnivale coming up, the Baron and the Baroness are very lovely people who take care of their subjects. But something's very wrong here. There's been no indication at all of any problems whatsoever, apart from we spoke to the beekeeper, who is very badly stung by a lot of bees. However, he maintains that the bees of Fergal do not sting. The Baroness says the bees of Fergal do not sting, so any stings that happen are his fault. We met up with one of the sisters. A woman named Julia Norin asked us to speak to her sister Ila, who lives in Fergal. Julia's convinced her sister's worried about her safety and considering the last weeks of Heads of Horin. She wants me to inform the Ilia that she's fine. We've met Ilia and talked to her about her sister, but it seems Ilia is not only oblivious to the state of her sister, the Outer Isles, her sister is not late at all and will in fact arrive in a few days' time. Everything must be fine here. I'm getting the feeling that everything is fine. All is well in Fergal. All must be well in Fergal. All must remain well in Fergal. The brewer of the cider, Ari the brewer, also said that there's a microclimate around Fergal that makes it so the apples are perfect here. Which makes me think this is not only just rulers saying everything must be good, there is some magic afloat here, something kind of thing keeping Fergal idyllic. And we're going to go talk to the Baron and the Baroness now. And my only misgiving, only reservation about this is solving whatever's happening with the Baron and the Baroness will ruin the idyllic nature of Fergal. Now, if it's because they're just forcing an idyllic nature, that's not too bad. If they're like, okay, people must die during the Carnivale for this to happen, or in fact, Fergal is a lie, none of these people are real, the Carnival is like another reset of a loop or some kind, that everything here is just a play thing to the Baron and the Baroness, well, the Baron and the Baroness needs to die. We shall have to focus on that as and when it happens. Anyway, into the Baron's lands. Let's look around before I start talking to people. There's a table there. A desk there. There's a thing up there. There's a stage up here. We can't go in there, so we must talk to these two people before we go to the door. So who are you when you're at home? You are the Major Domo, and you are the Baroness. You're the Baroness. Okay, well, that is 50% of the problems right there. The Baron and the Baroness welcome you. Okay, good. An elderly noblewoman and a robed portly man stand in front of the villa's gate, discussing enthusiastically. Approach. And we shall flank the road with torches for the procession, and they shall enter the grounds. My handmaidens shall place wreaths upon their heads, and they shall have their libations as soon as they enter. Not a throat shall be dry for the Carnivale. The man vigorously nods and takes notes. Yes, my lady, splendid idea. Well, Henry, what have we here? More revelers come to partake in our great Carnivale? Greetings, my adorable vagabonds. I bid thee welcome to the estates of the Baron of Fergal. I am his wife, the Baroness Griselda, and this sweet cake of a man is our Major Domo, Henry Flagstone. Henry offers several enthusiastic bows. The Carnivale? Do you mean to say you're not here for the Carnivale? Oh, what delicious irony. The Baroness offers a snorting laugh that seems oddly out of place for a lady of her station. Go on. You see, my dear husband and I have taken it upon ourselves to arrange a magnificent feast, a Carnivale where one might eat and drink and say farewell to the sufferings of the flesh. There is even an added surprise this year that is sure to elevate the spirits and enlighten the minds of all those who are fortunate enough to attend. See? You're just raising red flags now. Number 3 is interesting. The Outer Isles are thrown into chaos and you throw a party? Oh my, I dare say things as they have always been, no? Are you sure this isn't the grumblings of a few malcontents? It didn't seem like grumblings when Horin was raised. Well, if things are indeed a bit on the busier side as of late, I'd venture that there's nothing people need more than a party to take their minds off the drab and monotony of everyday life. Wouldn't you say? So what you're saying is you and your friends would eat and feast while the peasantry suffered? That's the thing, they've specifically gone ahead and said. I suspect number 2 is going to go like, no, everyone's invited. What are you talking about? Everyone's specifically gone ahead and said that everyone's invited to this, which is suspicious in and of itself. But we'll go for number 1. Perhaps you're right. So how's the planning going? Well, as it turns out, organizing the carnival is quite time-consuming. In fact, I'm a bit overwhelmed with the amount of preparation remaining. As the Baroness romantically wafts herself with a fan, you can't help but notice that her majordomo rolls his eyes. But perhaps the fates have provided for us after all, Henry. What did you have in mind? Oh, isn't it obvious? You seem like a most resolute ragamuffin, and I'm sure that if you were to lend a hand, the carnivale would be underway in no time. And you would of course join us in the festivities. The food and drink would be marvelous. Isn't it that just a marvelous idea, Henry? She excitedly claps her hands, and Henry agrees so strongly that his jowls flap. Embla, what do you say? Embla offers a tired smile in return. We have much work to do, and Gredla beckons me, but perhaps a small bit of respite would do us good before we press on. Just so long as we don't have to tarry for too long. Roland? So much death and dying. I'm tired. If you are to venture into the jaws of madness, I'd like to be able to get the shit drunk at least once before we go. Embla? Roland? Embla? Roland? Fine will help. Cat lets out a small squeal of joy. I knew we couldn't turn down a chance for some fun. That dad knows we could all do with something to take our minds off the bleakness. Even Roland, it seems, can't help but smile at the prospect of a night of some light debauchery. Very well, the Baroness exclaims contentedly. With you to aid us, we shall be done in no time. Now pay attention. Your task is simple. Our carnival is dependent on the work of some of our beloved villagers. They may have clever hands, but they're a bit on the lazy side. And you want me to offer them my aid? Indeed. Talk to Ari the brewer, Camilla the weaver, and Clara the cook. Offer them your help so we might expedite their tasks. Give them my warmest greetings and remind them that the carnival is nigh. I'll do my best. Oh, and do try not to mention anything about the surprise. I positively can't wait to see their faces. Now, my lovely, be on your way. We shall await your return. I'll be back. I've also noticed that they've set this up in such a way that I can't get to that door. I cannot get inside. There are people in the way. This is going to go badly. This is going to go very badly. I'm assuming all the apples we just picked up are going to get turned in, which makes total sense. I found them. Cluck, indeed. Let's go talk to Ari, because Ari's the closest one. Ari? The Baroness told me to ask if you needed help. Did she now? Aye, she's ordered the beverage for the carnivale for me. By the barrel load, let me tell you, it'll be a right night to remember. Good for business as well. She's paid me out of the nose. So what's the hold-up? I don't really have a good excuse. Barrels are lined up and almost ready to go. But there's just been so much to do around the farm, I sort of forgot. A hint of despair flashes across his jovial face. Did you ever wonder, what's the use? Like it's all dust on black winds in the end. See, the hints is something horribly wrong. That surprise they've mentioned up is going to be bad. Anything I can do to help you? Yes, I suppose there is actually. The cloud of despair seems to lift, and at once the man's light-hearted demeanor returns. Tell you what, moles have been tearing at my orchard real bad. They gnaw at the roots and wreak havoc on the trees. They've stood for hundreds of years, you know, and losing even a single one is a disaster. You want me to go? You want me to go mole hunting? You want me to go mole hunting? You offered to help, didn't you? If you could deal with the mole problem, I could devote my full attention to getting the cider delivered to the Baron's villa. My orchard is just north of here. I've counted at least 3 burrows, but they can be hard to spot, so make sure you search properly. And when you find them, take those little bastards out and return to me once you've done. I'll see what I can do. Ari hands you a shovel and slaps you in the back. You can't help but feel this is a bit of a spring has returned to step. Okay. Is this the orchard? Dig out the burrow. You dig in the shovel into the soft soil and easily collapse the burrow. After a few strokes, however, the shovel head comes up coated in dark blood. You root through the soil, and to your disgust, you find numerous small, hairless blobs of flesh that have been hacked to death by the shovel's action. You can't properly identify the strange things, nor do you want to, and quickly covered up the gruesome scene with dirt before moving along. Something's very wrong here. Something is very wrong here. Something is horribly, 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 horribly wrong here. More carefully this time, you set to work collapsing the second tunnel. The work progresses nicely until the earth shifts slightly as if something is moving underneath. Whatever it is, it grabs onto the shovel blade and tugs violently at it. You yank back with all your might and manage to free the shovel from whatever lurks under the dirt. Swinging wildly, you pummel the ground and walk away hoping you've seen the last of whatever lurks beneath this orchard. What is the cider made with? Or at least... Arriving at the third hole, you feel an unease grow in your stomach. Carefully, you bend down and try to peer into the small, dark burrow. To your horror, something glances back, a pair of eyes that appear to be far too intelligent than an animal has any right to be. Then in an instant, they are gone, retreated underground. Perhaps your mind is playing tricks on you? You decide to not wait and find out what... You decide not to wait. You decide to not wait and find out, and with a slight hint of panic, you utterly demolish the hole. Your task is done, and should return to Ari. Do you have 2 shovels now, by the by? I think we have 2 shovels, okay. Ari, what the hell was that? About your task. I've got at the moles. Ah, by the strange moons, you did it. I can't tell you how good it is to see my street all nice and secure. I've not much to give you, but I think I can spell some coins and a few bottles of cider that fell off the wagon. Barrels of cider are loaded onto carts, and you watch the brewer and his helpers set off for the Baron's villa. For the Baron's villa. The Baron. For the Baron's villa. No drought, the drink will flume so enough. All of this is bad. This is all horrible. We're aiding in a horrible ritual of some kind, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Camilla was over here, right? There's all the sheep. Right, this makes sense now. This is all the sheep. Where are you, Camilla? Down there. Okay, what do you mean, Camilla? Hello again. Camilla smiles timidly. The Baroness told me to ask you if you needed help. Camilla's eyes tear up. I'm so ashamed. The Baroness was so kind to think of me for making the backdrops for the surprise. Well, you know about the surprise. I thought I could do it, but I have the canvases and everything. All she asked was that I paint her a wondrous vista, but I can't bring myself to make the first stroke. Surprise? Oh, I've said too much. The Baroness made me promise not to tell. Please, you need to ask her if you want to know more. Not that it matters in any case. I'm getting nowhere with this. She motions to the reams of canvas. And why is that? Camilla blushes. I'm lost. My head, my heart. There's a girl, Cass, and I have feelings for her. It was from a distance, but I felt like there was something there. Me being me, I didn't have the nerve to go and talk to her. Instead, I left a note for her explaining my feelings. I saw a piece of paper as a note somewhere, never picked it up. And then, nothing at all. Oh, I'm such an oaf. I write like a pig. How could I ever think my stupid note would sway someone like Cass? Tears streamed down Camilla's face. She has such a way with words. A bard she is. And me? I'm just stupid and plain. What if I talk to Cass for you? Is she the one by the pier? What if I talk to Cass for you? You would do that for me? I suppose it would let me know one way or another, but please try to be subtle about it. Don't let her know I'm beside myself thinking about her. She draws in a deep breath and her mood appears to lift ever so slightly. Cass is a free spirit and she loves the water. I look for her along the small creek that runs west of here. Thank you so much for offering to help. I'll return with news. I did see somewhere a piece of papery kind of thing. Did I pick it up? Not that it's relevant. Clearly the plot does not require that piece of paper. But I'm kind of curious to see if I missed a piece of paper somewhere or something. Also, Clara the cook is over there. We'll talk to her in a bit. Okay, this at least has less of a potential for horribleness. There will probably be horribleness, but has less of a potential for horribleness. The woman appears lost in thought as she mumbles the verse over some half-composed song to herself over and over. Are you Cass? The woman blinks in surprise. What? You've heard of me then? Wait. Is it about that bar tab? As I've already told Bernard, I'll pay him the moment I have the corner in hand. It's just that I've been a bit preoccupied. Cass looks at her feet. Camilla asked me to talk to you. A pained expression falls across her face. Oh no, please don't say she's angry with me. She is sad you weren't interested in her. Not interested, I'm crazy for her. Finding her note made me happier than words can describe. Then why didn't you respond? Because I couldn't find the words. Can you believe it? Me, a bard, at a loss for words. I've been trying to put my feelings into verse, a song. I'm nearly there, but over and over the words escape me. I don't understand it. It feels like I'm grasping at tendrils of mist. Can I hear what you have so far? The song Cass reads to you is sad and beautiful. It brings to mind images of far and wondrous shores. Stranger yet is the fact that you try as you might, you've never been able to recall the first 3 verses she recounted to you. You've never been able to recall the first 3 verses she recounted to you. Only the first line of the last verse remains. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Go on. That's exactly it. I can't get past that. Nor can I change it. It has to be that line. Or what comes next. It's like I'm deaf to my own inner voice. Cass repeats the line, now with a slight hint of panic in her voice. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung, as tears unshed. The words flow from your mouth, and it fits the song like a key fits a lock. You spoke more words as well, but the rest of the song, they too are lost to the void of time. What you do remember, however, is Cass scribbling the words down as tears of joy stream down her face. That's it! I have it! A song from Camilla, for Camilla. She folds the piece of paper containing the words of the song and neatly writes the beautiful... Wow. She folds the piece of paper containing the words of the song neatly and writes in beautiful cursive. To Camilla, from Casilda. With trembling hands, she offers you the folded note. Would you do me one last favor? Take this note to Camilla. It will explain everything to her. And please, would you tell her to find me at the Carnivale? Tell her and we'll dance together then. I will. Cass squeezes your hand and offers a warm but slightly sad smile before walking off. You're left with a note for Camilla. A folded up piece of paper that has to Camilla from Casilda written on it. Supposedly it contained the words of a song intended for Camilla's eyes only. This item cannot be used. Take it as much. Right. Again, something horribly wrong is happening here. Nope, wrong person, sorry. Hello again. I have some questions. About the quest. I've talked to Cass. Camilla goes pale. What did she say? She doesn't fancy me, right? I just know it. She asked me to give you this. She accepts the note and slowly unfolds it. As she consumes the song line by line, her eyes water and her hands tremble. By the end, she has to tear her eyes away from it. Such words. I've never read such words. Was there more? Did she say anything? She told me she wanted me to dance with you at the Carnivale. Camilla covers her mouth, smiling through tears of joy. She then blinks a few times as if remembering something. The backdrop's for the Baroness. I see it so clearly now. Cass's song. Oh, this will be amazing. Glad I could help. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get to work. I'd rather you not see the result until at Carnivale. It'll be more impressive that way. Camilla smiles a secretive smile, then grabs a ream of canvas and pot of paint before hastily walking off. Things are gonna go badly. Things are gonna go so badly. Into the pub, into the inn, around the corner, talk to the chef. Clara rushes back and forth, red-faced and sweating, but with a movement that appears so choreographed and intentional that she appears more like a dancer than a cook. You are truly amazed. You're watching a master at work here. Let's talk for a bit. Go on then. The Baroness told me to ask if you needed help. Is that so? Well, come to think of it, there's actually something you could help me with. Name it. Is that so? Okay, words. See, the Baroness has asked me to prepare something special for the children of the feast. My famed honey cakes. Only problem is, I'm still waiting on the honey. Perhaps you could be a dear and run over to the beehives and fetch it for me? Will any honey do? Oh my, no. It needs to be honey from our own hives. There's nothing quite like it. And where do I find these beehives? The beehives lie to the west of the village, just across the bridge, and continue straight ahead until you see them on your left-hand side eventually. I think even a single honeycomb should do it. See if you can't find Pert the beekeeper. He'll help you. But how will I avoid getting stung? Clara chuckles with a hearty laugh, and slaps her knee. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Fergal bees don't sting. Off you go now. We wouldn't want our children not to get their honey cakes. Again. This is eerie. This place gives off the heebie-jeebies. Something fierce. The horrible things in the moles, the fact that we can't remember the words to Casilda's song, even though we wrote the last half of it, the last verse of it ourselves apparently. Can't remember what we said. Hello, my lord, how can I serve? I need to get honey. Yes, my lord, I can assure you, Fergal honey is the best in the land. Please go right ahead, the hives are over there. Let me know if you need any help. Okay, we can get the honey, and we're going to see horrible things, I am certain of it. The hive is dead and abandoned. Neither bees nor honeycombs can be found within. You approach the hive and a slight buzzing rises from within. Even though you're limited knowledge of bees, however, you get a strong impression that there's not something wrong with the hive. Examine the hive. Slowly lifting off the top of the hive, you're able to look inside. There are plenty of bees left, however they seem slow and lethargic. Furthermore, there's no honey in sight. So Ivan is a survival of 7. Thank you, Ivan. Looking around more closely, you find several dead bees. Some clearly belong to the hive in question. A handful of others, however, look foreign, larger and with a vibrant yellow color. If you were to guess, you'd say these bees have been fighting bees from another hive. Okay, same thing over and over again. The hive begins to aggressively buzz as you approach. Try to harvest the honey. You carefully lift the top off the hive and peer inside. Immediately a swarm of angry bees fly out, and within seconds you feel the burn of several stings. They do sting, I hate bees! Ivan slaps his neck and brushes his face furiously. Reach inside for the honey. Gingerly you attempt to reach in. Suddenly something large shifts in the depths of the hive, and swarms of larger soldier bees swarm out to attack. Each sting feels like a red-hot needle, and you can't help but panic. Or can you run away to get away from the buzzing horde? Play dead. Playing dead is a terrible way of escaping hundreds of murderous insectoids. Your fate is death by acute anaphylactic shock. You have died. The dragon awakens. Reload a previous save or restart the game. You literally just die. Load last save, please. When the hell was it? Great, over here. Right, okay, it's fine. Let's do this stuff again. Death by bees, it is. It was, at least. Right, okay. Let's run this approach. Clear your throat. Carnivale, go on. Go into chaos. Grumblings. How's playing going? How do you have in mind? Emlo, what you say. Roland, fine will help. Continue. With my aid, I'll do my best. Hold you back. Okay, good. That's one. I'll save before we get to the next bees then. Let's go talk to Clara first, to Camilla first, because that was the easy one. Talk to you. One. Surprise. Why is that? And then good news. Goodbye. Talk to you. Just hit basically one over and over again. You Cass. Talk to you. Sad. Song. Here's how to go on. Cool. Done that one. Talk to you. Questions to talk to Cass. Blah, 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 blah. Done that one. Up. Let's go deal with the brewer then, because the brewer we need to walk around for a bit. No. In there. Oh, that's why that guy has a lot of money, because he's the general store. Burns needs help. They would not us to go mole hunting. Okay. Okay. Got the burrow. Horrible things over there. There's one over here as well. This death and restart has definitely... Come on, Clucky. Right. Fill up moles. Good. Go talk to the chef. With the cook. Yep. Oop, wrong button, sorry. Whoops. Yep. Okay, go talk to Pert. We'll do the same ones we didn't before, by the by. We'll do them in the same order we did before. Again, hints of something horrible happening. They get honey. Go ahead, cool. That's the dead hive. I pick Iben and go to this next hive over here. Examine the hive. Survival happens. Colony collapse. Journal. What's all dead dying bee hives in Fergal? The bees are fighting amongst each other. Same thing there. That's a dead hive as well. Yep, okay. So now we will save. Escape. Save. Rename save to 29. Overwrite. Okay. Honey. Reach inside for the bugs, honey. Flee towards the lake. You realize the best way to avoiding the little fins is to drive into the nearby lake. Clever thinking. Do we have honey then? All the different buttons. J. So We have... you need to tell me how I'm going to avoid getting stung. No reason to worry about that. Furgollies don't sting. Now please, just leave me alone. Listen, there's something wrong with your bees. They seem to be killing each other. If you tell me how I can harvest honey safely, I can see if I can help you save your hives as well. The man wrings his swollen hands while he thinks. So, if I give you the smoker, you might be able to help my bees? I suppose I can give you the smoker if you promise not to tell anyone. I promise. The man looks around nervously and hands you a small tin can with a handle and a spout. This is a bee smoker, see? You just mix kindling with some wet grass and light a fire. Not too hot, mind you. You only want a bit of smoke. Just open the hive and carefully let the smoke settle inside, and the bees will go all drowsy. But please don't tell anyone he's a bee smoker. Furgull bees don't sting. Bert goes around again. I shouldn't be doing this. I have to go. Good luck. He says I've got to run before you know it, he's gone. Okay, so we have a bee smoker. The hive inside begins aggressively. What? The hive begins to aggressively buzz, blah blah. Okay, try to harvest the honey. Use smoke on the bees. Smartly using the bee smoker, you fill the hive with calming fumes. Before you know it, the buzzing has subsided and you feel confident enough to reach in for the honeycombs. Bursting out from the side of the smoke-stricken bees comes a single gargantuan individual, a large swollen body clad in vibrant yellow chitin. Iridescent wings and face that looks like any insect you've ever seen before. This must be a queen. The creature lets out a tiny, albeit terrifying screech and snaps at your fingers with its jaws. Squash the queen. Swiftly, you grasp the creature. It easily fills up your entire hand and squirms as you tighten your grasp around its thorax. Snapping jaws first hiss and then emit a kind of faint wail as the chitin begins to give way. Crushing the creature takes a surprising amount of strength until the exoskeleton collapses with a wet squelch. Gore splatters your face. Take the honey. Reaching deep into the hive, you pull out a gorgeous honeycomb dripping with rich golden yellow honey. As the smoke effect on the bees begins to wear off, you find it best to make off with your prize. We've killed the queen of the aggressive hive. One can only hope. Maybe this helps? Maybe we made things worse. About your task. I have the honey. Marvelous! Look at those honeycombs. Have you ever seen honey this golden? The children will love this. Oh, the Baroness is going to be so pleased. Now, the cake's all for the children, but I'll tell you what. I baked one too many apple pies for the feast. It's yours if you want it. Now go. So we're all done, right? So that's all done. Go talk to the Baroness, I guess. The preparations are all done. Something's gone horribly wrong in this place. Like, how bad is it? It's bad. It has to be bad. This is going to be horrendous. No matter what it is, it's going to be horrendous. But how bad is it? And I think we'll find out next time, folks. See you then. Bye-bye.